Hello everyone. It looks like a correction is coming in oil and gas. In this video, I want to share why I think correction is coming and what if it comes, what will be the potential support level, and when do I think the correction might be ending, and when it's over, why I think it's a huge buying opportunity. First, let's start with reasons, right? There are three reasons I think correction may be coming in oil and gas. The first one is oil just broke this uptrend line. If we look closer in weekly, about 2 weeks ago, right? But it cannot go over above this line yet. So it's a warning. After this, we have this break line support, but it is not sure whether this line will hold or not. And there's a chance it may be broken. Okay, that's number one reason. Number two is the equity market in general. If you look at Dow, okay, it has this bearish butterfly, and to me, it's playing out now. Okay, September 29th week was high in Dow, and it made a first move, and it tried to retrace, but then it's falling again, right? The same story for other stock markets. S&P, same thing, right? Top here, sorry, top, let me see, top here, okay. And then it retraced and then coming down. Same with NASDAQ, right? So last week was high and then retraced and coming back down. And not surprisingly, VIX is spiking up higher, right? So in fact, I bought VIX this morning. I'm going to make another video on that, okay? So because equity seems to be topped, right, I closed my gas and oil and gas stock and ETF this morning. So I closed CVE, right? I bought it here. I bought it really well in, sorry, not here, sorry, somewhere here. End of April and beginning of May, right? I bought it around here and I sold it here, right? So it's very surprising. Oil and gas was doing not good, but CVE has been doing very well. So that's why I think CVE is a very good leader in oil and gas, right? So when opportunity comes again, I'm going to invest again, right? And then DVN, I almost scratched it. I got in somewhere around or about the same price, right? Around 32-ish dollars, right? And then the ETF, HNU, right? I bought here at 280, right? 280, somewhere around here. I bought it, but this one I made a mistake, right? So this one, initially I was playing short term. So, okay. I was playing, yeah, this pattern, right? X, A, B, C, D, right? I got in somewhere around here and probably here, here, okay. I think here, yeah. Yeah, here. And then my initial target was here, right? A little bit below B point, and it reached comfortably, but then I raised my target to $5, right? But then it didn't come, right? So now I'm break even. In fact, I took a little bit loss because of the future expiry, right? It jumped here, right? The price jumped without making much profit. So I closed all my oil and gas stock and ETF. So that was the second reason, because equity market topped, so I closed my stocks, right? And third reason is gold and silver, right? Gold and silver, as I said in separate video, I believe silver market is close to top. I thought this was top, in fact, but it made another leg. But nevertheless, there's a bearish pattern here. In fact, I don't think I mentioned it. Yeah, so I'm gonna make a separate video on silver, right? So roughly like this one, right? X, A, B, C, D, right? So there's a bearish pattern, right? So I'm gonna make a separate video on that. So what I mean by that is even the strongest commodity markets like gold and silver is looking like rolling over, then the weakest markets like oil and gas maybe not in good position, right? So that's the reason, right? Those are the three reasons why I think correction may be coming in oil and gas, right? So, and then next one, so if it comes, right, what would be the support level, right? So the, the next support in oil is this break line, right? So if this breaks, the obvious support to me is around $50, right? So it's round number, and also like here, right? Remember, if you are not familiar with drawing support and resistance, I do it this way. So find a place where there are resistance and support interact, right? So this one was resistance, a little bit support, and then support, right? So those place I, I choose as a support or resistance. In this case, support, right? And the next level is like this one, right? This one was support here, right? Support, and then it becomes resistance. Now it becomes support again, right? Same with this one, right? This one is like it'll support here, and then a little bit of resistance and support here, right? So I don't know where it will stop. If it breaks, I don't know which one will get the support, right? But that's my support level for oil. Natural gas, I already defined it here, right? So let's make it a little bit bigger. Let me get rid of this one. So natural gas support, okay, the first level support is this one, right? 280 area, this one. Uptrend line and then break line support, right? That's the first one. And if it breaks about 250-ish, this area, second level. And the next one is 220 to $2, right? And then the next one is this one, right? 160 area. And so these are the support level. As for the timing, right? So timing wise, so remember market usually corrects, not always, but usually 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 12, and 18, right? So this was fifth. March was high, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So if this one falls, right, and especially below this August low, then there's a chance it falls up to 10 months from here, right? That brings us to January, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's October. November 8, December 9, and January 10, right? So there's a chance natural gas could fall up to January. And oil, right? If this April low, I think April was the lowest, breaks, then this one is June, right? High, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least one more month, right? So that's 5 is November. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. November or December, right? 5 or 6. Right? So especially if we look at other markets as well, right? If silver corrects, usually it corrects 2 to 3 months, right? At the beginning. So which means November, December, or January, right? So silver, if it falls, I believe it falls soon, then the potential support is December or January. Same with equity markets, right? So if it roll over, then October, so November, December, right? January. So many markets seems to be turning now, and if they turns, and then that correction may be finished December or January timeframe. Okay, so when many markets moving all together, there's a higher chance of moving. Again, when this, okay, if this one breaks, right? If oil and gas break the support and correct, then it's hard to see. Then it's a big buying opportunity. Why is it? Okay, here. So why? Because depending on how much it falls, right? There's a chance it may form a bullish harmonic patterns, right? Something like this, right? This one, oil market is a little bit distorted because in April 2020, it fell below $1, right? Minus 27.63. So nevertheless, this is a harmonic pattern. Similarly, natural gas, if it falls, there's a good chance it will form harmonic patterns, right? So X, A, B, C, depending on where it falls, right? Up to here or here, right? So that's the reason, right? So if this correction comes, I believe it's coming, and when that correction is over, and it's a good time to buy a lot of oil and gas. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.